Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your 3 things to keep in mind with you and your partner. I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but 3 things to stop, keep, and start. All right, Sagittarius. Oh, welcome. Hi. Sorry. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, including the link to the Recommend a Reader shout out, which goes to Divine Faith Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, now I'm ready. Here we go. I kind of lost my mind for a second there. Sagittarius. All right. 3 of Swords. I'm sorry. That is never fun, is it? High Priestess. 7 of Wands. Ace of Wands. Page of Cups. The Sun. Queen of Cups. And the 6 of Pentacles. All right, let me get the little guys here. So we got Leo, Pisces or Cancerian, Cancer. Oh, okay. All right, so being assertive doesn't mean being confrontational or adversarial or like, it doesn't mean dominating. It means being present. It means being open and available, but you can also, and that comes from that quiet confidence, knowing that you can defend your turf. So the difference is subtle, but if you've got confidence accompanied with aggression, then that's a number of things. But the thing is, keep that fire in your belly. But it feels like you're kind of tired, and that's why you're kind of over the top about certain things, or why you're kind of faking it, because deep down you're just like, I'm so tired and I'm anxious, or I'm worried, I feel let down, I'm worried I'm not going to find somebody that's my fit, that's my person, I'm just tired. But that's when we get the most aggressive sometimes, is because that's when we're at what our weakest. We're just like, I don't want to show that, so we get kind of more domineering or more controlling. This is kind of similar to, I think it was either Leo's or Aries reading. But, okay, and I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to kind of fumble through it here, but you don't have to fake it to anybody. You can take time off from either dating or being social, or, and I know this is the wrong time to say that if you celebrate, because we got a whole slew of holidays, you know, in December, right? Getting some water. But you don't have to impress anybody, and you don't have to do anything for show. You can recede into the background and still be optimistic. You can still be doing your thing, having that zest for whatever you want to do, but not everybody needs to know about it or be on board with it. You can do your own thing, just saying. And you can, and if it's enough for you, then it's enough for you. That's it. If you want to just kind of stop doing everything and just recede into the background and keep your own counsel and kind of do your own thing instead of being out in front of everybody, you get to do that. You can do that. You can be silent. You don't have to weigh in on everything. You don't have to have an opinion. You don't have to appear the authority. Somebody else will gladly step into your shoes, and it might be needed, because what's showing here is deep down you're exhausted, but you're putting up a good front socially and to everybody else. What's this High Priestess about? Yeah, the Devil. Oops. The Fool. That was going to jump. I'll put that right here, I guess. What's this? Ace of Wands. That's what I'm concerned about. Ace of Wands. is that this isn't a genuine enthusiasm for something. You're running, or you're keeping going so you don't have to let the dust settle and figure out what the heck's going on. What's this Ace of Wands about? 10 of Pentacles. Good. What's this 7 of Wands about? All right. What's this Page of Cups? King of Swords. Okay, this is going to be kind of specific, and you're going to be like, well, I don't know how you're going to take it, but it's kind of specific. Okay, so hold on a minute. What's this Sun card about? Knight of Pentacles. What's this Queen of Cups about? This is about finding someone that is of your caliber. But the thing is, this is about you needing to take a break from either a relationship that you're in, or if you're dating, you need to take a break and focus on yourself. You need to stop pursuing other and start turning inward and taking care of Sagittarius. Because and it feels like this kind of relentless optimism, or this like relentless pursuit, is you actually trying to get distance from some sadness and heartache. And you need to get through that. Otherwise, it's going to continue to hold you back with these persistent new beginnings are going to keep being what you're running from. Because you're just going to run right into another situation just like it. Nobody rescues anybody. Because what you find 6 months later is that the person gets bored once you kind of level up and you're like, okay, I'm on your level. You're really not, because they need somebody to rescue. They need you to stay lost. So you got to watch out for that. So this dating has its place, but you're not, for the Sagittarians that I'm reading for right now, you're kind of not worth a damn for dating. You need to pull back, and you need to invest in yourself. A little bit of self-care, a little bit of dating yourself. I know that sounds weird, but just go with it. Spending some time by yourself doing the things that you like to do, coming to terms and deciding what you want, what makes you happy, and what you want to do without partner or without other influence. This shows somebody coming off the heels of a breakup, or a relationship in crisis, in disconnect, and you needing to figure out what's going on. But instead of doing that, you're kind of trying to get out there in front of everything and date and be the first one to leave and the first one to say goodbye, and because of this rawness. You know, there's something raw that you're trying to protect by dominating, and it doesn't work that way. You would think in theory it does, right? But no, you need to stop and attend to it. There's either a crisis here, a conflict, or this need to be in control and be right and to win and it's going to cost you intimacy with others. It's going to cost you friendship. It's going to cost you someone feeling safe with you. They're not going to feel safe with you. You're going to be an island. So this is about pulling back and figuring out what you want, because what this feels like is scurrying around and trying to establish dominance, or continuously just having a lot of everything, but there's very little attention paid to all of it. So you have everything with hardly any connection. And that's not what you want. If it was, this would not be the Three of Swords, and this wouldn't be here. You want connection. So that means you're either with the person that can't give it to you, or something's been done and it's a setback and it needs to heal. Whether you heal with the person, obviously, it depends if you care enough to confront, right? But this is, keep the desire to connect and have that lasting connection with someone. But it's almost like once you find it, you back away from it and you go on to the next one. And it's because once you get it, it probably scares you because you're still nursing a broken heart. That's normal, believe it or not. What's this? 6 of Coins. The Tower. Oy. So this is actually, it's kind of a hard one because they're probably not used to seeing you not in conflict. But this would go a long way with your person if you kind of were to approach things much more gently and just be like, we need to talk and I need to tell you the truth about some things and where I'm coming from. That is a tall order if there's not trust, right? How do you establish trust? Let me be vulnerable with you. No, that's not how you establish trust. But this is needing to clear the air. This is you needing to decide what you want. So if there's someone that you're trying to work through something with, this is about you being open. This is about you saying, look, I need some time, or I'm still kind of in the throes of this and I gotta see how I feel about this. I need more time. This isn't about you still staying with the person and faking it, but then every chance you get causing conflict, and this isn't about you dating a bunch of people to try and find somebody better than your situation, because you're not ready for that either. This is about you figuring out what you need and what you want, and finding like-minded people. So whether you're with somebody that can give you that connection that you're wanting, about feeling safe to talk and discuss things, to just be around them, that just there's this fit, this mental connection that you have a lot in common, so then you can eventually develop a friendship based on doing the same things together, which builds trust and all that. So this is about finding someone that has common values and like values. If you're with somebody that doesn't have that, then you need to cut them loose, because there's nothing wrong with your desire to find somebody to connect with and have longevity, but you're burning through a lot of people that you're not establishing any connection with because you're just trying to create some distance from a heartache. This isn't an authentic effort towards dating or connection. It's just keeping yourself busy with a lot of company and a lot of different partners to soothe a broken heart. You're not going to establish connection that way because you're still hurting. So it's probably needing to take a time out, figure out what you want, spend some time by yourself, figure out what you want to do. Doesn't have to be a long time, but the answer is not going to be found in somebody else. It's going to be about you processing the grief, figuring things out, deciding what you want, and then only being around people that are of like mind when it comes to that. That way, hey, you won't get your heart broken because they want the same thing you do, and they'd be willing to work for it. This feels like somebody who goes for a certain type, even though they know that they're going to get their heart broken in 6 months, but they still go for that because there's just something about that, and yet it never works out, but they still continue to do that. You need to figure out why. I hate saying that because you know why, probably, but that you're not going to get happiness with the same type of person you've been attracting, because I feel like I'm lecturing and I hate that. It's just not going to give you what you want. And it's because you don't know what you want yet. You got to figure out what you want. This feels like the shift from dating a certain type of person because of the way they look or for more superficial reasons, to all of a sudden you're at the crossroads and you're like, you know what? I really like the look of so-and-so, but they can't really, I don't know if I'm going to want to wake up to him or next to him in 10 years. I don't know if I want to want that person to be the parent of my kids. You know what I mean? Like, this feels like that area where you're like, I'm not so sure this person's partner material. You know what I mean? And it's about figuring out what you want, coming to terms with it. So yay for the zeal for the longevity and connection with somebody, but this isn't about being right or being in conflict or having a bunch of multiple partners. It's about, look, this is who I am, this is what I want. And if this can't happen with this person or the way I'm approaching this, I need to either rethink my approach or rethink the person I'm with. Not easy to do. Not easy to do. From what is looking here, though, it looks like after you take that time for yourself, you are able to find a connection that actually is kind of proves to be pretty stable and reliable. We got we got your partner we got your partner, we got your current partner being a little surprised. And they, welcoming nonetheless. Like they want this. They just are, it's like, okay, well, now what do we do? Like they're going to be of like mind. So you go from conflict and keeping everybody at arm's length and having to be right to taking that time you need, because what you want is connection. So keep that, but get rid of the conflict and the need to be right and the need to kind of just keep everybody at arm's length with that. Get in touch with what you want, grieve, figure out what you did wrong, what you did right. And I don't want to say be vulnerable, but go after that. Go after somebody that you can be safe with emotionally. If it's the person you're with, which it looks like for the Sagittarians I'm reading for, there's a chance here with the actual person that you either ended with or you're currently with. There's a chance for this to be healed emotionally, which would kind of put you on the fast track to that connection that you want. But there's something about you very much keeping to yourself, and not proactively so. It's about you keeping them at arm's length and not, it's like you're keeping them out. You're not necessarily taking the time to deal with things. You're just keeping them away. It's not productive or proactive. You're just keeping them like this. And that time would be better spent, if you're going to do that, to actually figure out what you want or why things are going on with you. But keeping someone at arm's length and a distance and kind of burning a hole through the town, or kind of just having this relentless optimism and dating to try and find this connection. And then when you find people that can actually give that to you, you don't like them, or there's a disconnect there that needs to be looked at. Because if you want to feel emotionally safe with somebody and then you have people that you're safe with and you're not into them, or there's no chemistry there, sometimes that happens, but it's not gonna, I don't know, I hate feeling like I'm lecturing. Okay, all right. What else was I gonna, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, no. Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo. Yay. So from what's showing here, if you, there is a strong chance that if you and your person come to a neutral ground, you are going to be able to come to terms with what has happened and talk about what you want going forward. And it looks like that actually puts you two back on the fast track. But there's some pain and sadness and resentment here, and frustration. And it looks like you're creating distance by keeping yourself really busy with other people. And grief is a funny thing, honestly. So many ways to deal with it, and so many ways that we try to keep ourselves busy and handle it. But provided you're able to take some time to figure out what you need and what's really behind you being on the run or you needing to be right, that could lead to a really authentic heart-to-heart talk with your person and get things back on track. Just saying. And it could happen like that. Like just as soon, because right now it looks like you're not in communication, or you're not talking about the thing. And it could be that you need to take some time to deal with how you feel about things and kind of being resolute and kind of, but you might find that you'll soften, and there's going to come a chance to have that heart to heart and clear the air and to be honest about things. And it look from what's showing here, they're going to be ready for it also. Don't be surprised if it puts you two back on solid footing. Just saying. All right. Good Lord. What else for Sagittarius? Because we got the Sun here, we got Knight of Pentacles, we got Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups. This is all about returning to the fold, having that emotional connection, clearing the air, and then getting back on solid footing. So keep that wanting to connect, that wanting to have that longevity with somebody. You've got somebody potentially you could have that with, but there's this tendency of yours to keep them at arm's length. Get rid of that. Stop that. And start talking with them honestly about what you really want. This is inner kid stuff right here. This is your hopes and fears right here. And that you need to be like, look, this is what I want. And this is, I'm hoping you're on board with this, because I'm going to be heartbroken if you're not, but I get it, but I need to know now. And then there's the unspoken stuff that you want to be able to feel safe with them about too. Like, okay, if they know your triggers, God forbid they ever, you know, hopefully that's sacred. That's not ever trespass. So, all right. That's 4. But honestly, what's showing here, even though you're kind of in separation or there's conflict or whatever, this is someone that is worth that talk. That's worth clearing the air with. And you're not done with them yet. Or they're not done with you. You two aren't finished yet. Just saying. A high priestess again. Okay. This is taking that time to figure out what is going on with you. This is probably that connection you feel with them. So stop with the conflict. Keep that enthusiasm and that desire to have that passionate connection with somebody. Longevity. Could be marriage, but just that. And start talking with them. Reach out and start when you're ready. It might have to be you reaching out to start that conversation. You got nothing to lose if you're already in disconnect anyway. It's like, well, here goes nothing. I want you and I want this. But if you can't, I get it, but I still want that. So if not you, I'm going to find somebody that I can do that with. I hope that you'll do it with me because I really like you and I will, whatever. You know what I mean? All right. That's for Sagittarius. That's for Sagittarius. Time to heal. Let's see, where's the star card? There's no star card. All right. Time to heal. That feels like it's time to patch things up. So if you're the one that's not talking and you're the one that's like, it feels like it's time to patch things up with your person. And I know you're probably at this point throwing things or you clicked off. No, let me tell you I know. So if this is something that's completely unrealistic to patch up with your person, then it is time for you to let go and move on. But either way, this separation, this heartache, this sadness, it is time for you to either disconnect and accept the situation as it is and look elsewhere for what you need. Or if you think you have a chance with this person, like they're basically a good human being, you two have just suffered a huge setback. This is saying there needs to be an attempt to mend the emotional damage here, or to bridge the emotional waters. I vote for that because it looks like there's going to be this solid offer afterwards. Just saying, it puts you two back on track with each other. Just saying. All right. Okay. Might surprise them in the process too, that you're doing the right thing, or that you're like, whoa, can't believe they're, actually coming around, because we have the 6 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. So it gets that control, and that gets transmuted from that being open and having that heart to heart. And then now it's like your person's like, whoa, they stepped up. All right. Talked way longer than I wanted to. And I did not mean to lecture at all. I want you to hear me because this still has a chance. Thank you for stopping by, Sagittarius. Good luck to you. I hope this was helpful. Love and support to you. Happy holidays if you celebrate. I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.